Oh, hello there folks, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you again, and as usual a very warm welcome back to What's for Tea, or if you're new, welcome to you also. So this is just the result of my poll. 42% of you wanted to see the ultimate cauliflower cheese, so that's what I'm going to do today, and that's what we're having for our tea tonight. And it was absolutely delicious but incredibly naughty, so if you're watching your calories, this may not be for you. And if you want to make this vegetarian, just leave out the bacon. But the bacon, you know, if you do decide to use it, gives the sauce a wonderful smoky flavour. It's not really anything to do with texture, it's all about the flavour in this one. So yeah, quite an important ingredient, but if you want to keep it vegetarian, like I say, just leave the bacon out. And I've left the ingredients in the description box down below, so everything you're going to need will be down there. Just click on the show more and I'll bring everything up for you. So yep, so let's go on with the recipe and I'll show you what I've used, and this will serve 4 people quite generously. So the first thing I've got there is 80 grams of butter, 4 tablespoons of plain flour, 150 grams of grated cheddar, 400 ml of whole milk. I've got a large cauliflower which I've just cut into florets. There's about a kilo or just under a kilo there. 400 ml of double cream. Now I'm using Panko breadcrumbs because they're lovely and crunchy, but you don't have to use breadcrumbs if you don't want to. I've got 50 grams of Parmesan cheese. You could also use mozzarella if you prefer, you know, if you want a stringier sort of sauce. I've got 3 rashers of smoked bacon, which I've just cut into cubes, 2 tablespoons of English mustard, and I've got 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. So that's it. So let's go and see what's next. So these are the Panko breadcrumbs that I'm using. Like I said, I like to use this just on the top to give it a nice crunch. So first thing you want to do is get your cauliflower done. So cut your cauliflower into florets, pop them into a bowl and put a good glug of olive oil on top and a good generous sprinkling of salt and pepper. Mix that all in, just make sure your florets are well coated in the oil. Pop them onto a baking tray, make sure they're spaced out, and you want to roast these in the oven for about half an hour so they've got a nice char on them. So while you're waiting, you can do your cheese sauce. So into a pan I've got some olive oil, a nice high heat, and pop in your bacon. Now you want to fry this for about 5 minutes until it's just starting to catch on the bottom of your pan. Now I haven't used a non-stick pan, and I've done this on purpose. So once it's nice and brown, you can pop in your butter. And then when it's melted, pop in your flour. Now you want to cook your flour and butter mixture for about 3 to 5 minutes. You want it a nice golden brown colour like this. It's going to give it a lovely deep flavour. And then combine your milk and your cream in a jug, and you want to slowly add this in stages so that it's properly absorbed, and then you can put another wee splash in, give it a good stir and make sure it's properly absorbed again, and just keep doing that, because if you take the time and do this properly, you're going to have a lovely smooth lump-free sauce, and it's not going to have all these wee grainy bits of flour in it. It's going to be lovely and velvety. So this stage is well worth taking the time over. And it's the only bit of the recipe that does take a wee bit of time, you know, so do take your time over it. And once it's fully incorporated, you should have something that looks like this. It's like velvet. You want to simmer this for about 10 minutes on a very low heat, and it will thicken. Then you can pop in your mustard and your nutmeg, and as you can see there, it's going lovely and thick and so glossy and smooth. The last thing we're going to do is add in our cheeses. Now you can add whatever cheese you like. I've got a wee bit of Parmesan, and I've also got some sharp grated cheddar. But like I said, use mozzarella, whatever you like. And you can, you know, turn your heat off, and that's your cheese sauce done. So by this stage, your cauliflower should be ready and looking like this. Like I said, just a wee bit of charring on it. And the reason I do this is because I find if you just boil the cauliflower and add the cheese sauce, a lot of the moisture leaks out of the cauliflower and you can have quite a watery sauce, which isn't very nice. So roasting the cauliflower dries it out a good bit. So pop your cauliflower into a baking dish, cover it with your cheese sauce, and then your breadcrumbs and an extra wee bit of grated cheese on the top. And you just want to bake this for about half an hour in the oven. Your temperatures were on the screen there, and you'll have something that looks like this, and it's absolutely amazing. Really is. This is a meal in its own right. You know, you've got your vegetables, your sauce, your bacon, you've got everything you need in there. And you can also obviously serve it with some vegetables or some salad or just on its own. But I actually served this with some unsweetened, unflavoured, and there's, you know, beetroot, there's no vinegar or anything there. You know, it's just natural and goes really well with these rich cheese sauces. So we thoroughly enjoyed this. Incredibly easy to make, and it might look as if there's quite a lot of ingredients, but all of those ingredients do really help give that cheese sauce a wonderful flavour, and in my opinion makes the ultimate cauliflower cheese. Now you could also, if you don't have enough cauliflower, if you've got some broccoli, you could add some broccoli in as well, or even some cooked pasta if you want it, you know, a bit more substantial. You know, you can add all sorts to this, but that's it in its simplest form. So thank you very much, guys, for popping over just to check out this wee recipe, and I really do hope you give this one a go and let me know if you do end up making it, because you will not be disappointed. And I will be back tomorrow with a shopping haul, so fingers crossed I can get everything that I'm going to need. So I'll be back with a shopping haul, and then I'll be back on Sunday as usual with meals of the week, and I will be announcing the winners of my £100 giveaway, so 2 of you will win that, and I'll also be announcing the winner of March's Degusta box. So if you've entered any of them, remember to stay tuned till the end of Meals of the Week on Sunday, and you'll see who your winners are. So fingers crossed to everyone who has entered. So yep, so that's me, and I'm going to stop waffling on now. So until the next time I see you guys, mind to take care of yourselves, stay safe, whether you're out in the world or self-isolating. Hopefully the whole thing blows over as soon as possible, and I will see you very soon. So bye for now. Bye now.